Free Blues Boxing. Welcome to Free Blues Boxing. Welcome to Free Blues Boxing. Who is the most elite fighter at the lightweight division? What up? What up? Who is the most elite fighter at the lightweight division? Gervonta Davis, Devin the Dream Haney, Teofimo Lopez, or Ryan Garcia? Who is the most elite fighter at the lightweight division? Who is the most elite fighter at the lightweight division? Is it Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, or Teofimo Lopez? Those are the four pillars. Those are the four, whatever you call them. Tank, you think Tank is the man at 135? Why is Tank the man? They were saying Tank doesn't have any power. You know, and they were saying he doesn't have skills. They were saying Tank only has power. How do you know Tank is the best? How do we know Tank Davis is the best fighter on the planet? Gervonta Tank Davis, a Baltimore native. Baltimore native. Hello, hello. Baltimore native. Why is the Baltimore native the best? He has more power than he does. He has skill just as much as he has power. He has skill just as much as he has power. What's going on? Welcome to Free Blues Boxing. Back at it with another live. Who is the best fighter at the lightweight division? Who are the most talented fighters out right now? Who are the most underrated? We're just going to put it all on the table right now, trying to see where everyone's head is at. This morning it's 11:21 Pacific time. 11:21 Pacific time. Who is the best out of Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Leo Santa, I said Leo Santa Cruz, Teofimo Lopez, and Devin Haney. Who is the best? It's a lot of great fighters. Boxing is one of the hottest sports right now. We have the hottest division in boxing, which I think is the lightweight division. Plenty of hot divisions, plenty of names to look forward to fighting each other in the future. The bigger names, whether it be the heavyweights, whether it be the middleweights, whether you go all the way down to the super featherweights. There's plenty of fights to be made right now. There's plenty of fights to be made right now. The younger generation of boxing is currently taking over. We're just going to have to see if these promoters can make deals. Tank just is. He just is. Okay. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I need an explanation. Tank Davis he's been a world champion since 2017. He beat Jose Pedraza. Floyd Mayweather kind of threw him in the fire. He said, I see something special in Tank. Matter of fact, he said, I see something in Tank that I see in myself. That's why he believes in Tank. And he sees how lucrative Tank is and the brand that Tank is. He went on First Take, was like, look, Tank is the market. Like Tank, he looks boyish. He has dynamite in his hands. Floyd Mayweather is the only promoter that I've seen who spends the most time and trains with his fighters. He trains with his fighters. He also trained Devin Haney at one point because they all grew up with each other in the same gym. But yeah, I am just I love sports. As you can see, I got my Lakers shirt on. He's definitely going to become a pay-per-view star. He's definitely going to become a pay-per-view star. They all are. They all are. I think Ryan Garcia has the worst management behind Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya. That's the reason why Canelo left. But all four of these lightweights should be pay-per-view. They should be getting 5 to 10 million at least a fight. They have the following. They have the talent. They have the longevity in their careers. Like, they're all 25 and under. Assuming they stop boxing at 32, 33, 35, depending on how much they get hit. Yeah, he's got star power. And Ryan Garcia is the most famous. Him and Tank are the most famous. I can't say who's more famous. But yeah, Ryan Garcia has what it takes. He just beat Luke Campbell last week. He's been going crazy on Mike Tyson's podcast, and he wants to be the face of boxing really soon. But Ryan Garcia does not have a chin. That's the only thing I'm worried about. And I love Ryan Garcia, but he has to work on his skills. As talented as he is, as great of a boxer he is, compared to a Devin Haney or a Tank Davis, he has to get right. He has to get right. He has to get right. Ryan Garcia might have a chance against Tank Davis, but I don't believe right now. If you do not have a chin, if you are not able to hit and don't get if you're not able to take a punch, you're not going to be the superstar in this world. You have to have a chin. As good as your defense is going to be, you have to have a chin. If you do not have a chin, you will get caught and you will get knocked out. Because you're gonna get hit at least once or twice. Especially a fighter like Tank, who has superstar accuracy, superstar power. You know, all of these fighters been boxing since they were like 5, 7. If you think you're not gonna get touched, you got another thing coming for you. But yeah, Teofimo Lopez, another great fighter, just defeated Lomachenko. Teofimo Lopez needs to fight around. I want to see how Ryan Garcia would do against a Teofimo Lopez. That's what I'm curious about. Ryan Garcia, I don't think he's ready to fight a fighter with power and speed. Like, if you were to fight a Teofimo Lopez or Gervonta Tank Davis, I think it would be too early for the young fighter Ryan Garcia. It would be a little too early. It would be just a little bit too early. It will be just a little bit too early. Ryan Garcia, he's got what it takes. He's got Canelo's trainer, Eddie Reynoso. They need to work with him on his skills. He's gonna keep getting better though. He's gonna keep getting better, and then before we know it, he will be in there with the big dogs. Devin Haney, I think, is the most ducked fighter at the lightweight division. As dangerous as Tank is, he's not the most ducked. Everybody wants to fight Tank for the money, but everybody is sleeping on Devin the Dream Haney right now. I don't like that. But like I said in other videos, if Ryan Garcia finds a way to bypass the WBC and not fight Devin Haney, as you know, he is Devin Haney's mandatory, so he has to fight him. But if he somehow bypasses that and gets a fight with Tank Davis, that would be something else. That would really be something else. Ryan Garcia needs to fight a fighter like Devin Haney. Before trying to fight Tank Davis or Teofimo Lopez. Or he needs to fight someone like Lomachenko. He needs to fight Lomachenko first. If he knocks out Lomachenko, if you were to fight Lomachenko and knock him out, he is ready for Tank. I don't care what his chin like. If he's able to knock out a fighter like Lomachenko, and I said this after Luke Campbell. He knocked out Luke Campbell. I was like, okay, if he knocks him out, I think he's ready for anybody. But the thing that makes me not say that anymore is because he got dropped. Yeah, he got the knockout, but you got dropped by a southpaw, and Tank is a southpaw. So if Tank drops you, Tank hits about 2 to 3 times harder than that man, Luke Campbell. Like, Gervonta Tank Davis is not from this planet. And if you fight him, you're dealing with a lot of power and skill and accuracy and pressure. And we know Ryan Garcia is not the best fighter under pressure. Not just based off the Luke Campbell fight, but the fight prior to that. He needs more experience. He needs to fight Devin Haney now. He needs to step up and fight Devin Haney before he tries to fight Tank or his career. We're gonna see how Oscar De La Hoya and the Golden Boy Promotions do it, but he needs a little bit more. He needs some more rounds in before Tank. He needs a little bit more rounds in before Tank. I mean, if he fights another elite fighter like Lomachenko or Devin Haney, it might only be 12 rounds. It might only be 12 rounds he needs, or 6 rounds. He needs to fight one more elite. He needs one more elite experience, and the knockout, and pretty much the knockout too, because that's just what it is now. I mean, the game is tainted. Tank has tainted the game of boxing. If you aren't able to put the man away, then we got to talk about your performance. Unless you're Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. I think so. If Ryan Garcia fights another elite fighter and doesn't knock him out, he needs to have not his defense. He needs to fight like Devin Haney. The performance has to be similar to Devin Haney, not as far as the fighting style, but as far as hit and not get hit. If you're not going to knock someone out, you better look flawless. You better look flawless in the ring. Yeah, Ryan Garcia is the fastest fighter. He's the fighter with the most speed. That's pretty clear. Tank is one of those fighters where whatever you want him to be, he could be, but he just chooses to be Tank. He just chooses to be Tank. Yeah, but Ryan Garcia is the fastest fighter on the planet. He's I won't say he's the most explosive. He's probably one of the most explosive fighter. I think Tank is the most explosive. I think Tank is the most explosive fighter, but Ryan Garcia has the speed trophy. He's the speed champion. Like he has the most speed, and he has a lot of power too. For him to have that kind of physique, he really knows how to snap his punches in. He's a wiry kind of fighter. Just wiry type of power. Like he knows how to leverage his body to use his power, not off just strength, but just snap. That's what the power is. The power is in the snap. But yeah, he's a faster fighter than Tank. Tank is also very fast too. He might be a little bit fast. He's faster than Tank, like by a little bit. But speed isn't everything in boxing. Speed is not everything. You have to have good footwork. You have to be able to counter. Ryan Garcia has one of the best counters in the game. From what I've seen from previous fights, Ryan Garcia has the best counter punching in the game. So we're just gonna have to see. I mean, I would like to see Ryan Garcia versus Verdejo or versus Nakatani. Nakatani is a Japanese warrior who's very slept on. Very, very slept on. Nakatani has fought Teofimo Lopez, gave Teofimo Lopez his toughest fight up to date. He just beat Verdejo, who's a cold prospect. Beat him by knockout. Nakatani has been calling out Teofimo Lopez for the rematch. He definitely deserves the rematch based on that fight with Verdejo. He showed heart, he showed skill, he showed power, and that is a very underrated fighter right there, Nakatani. You don't see too many Asian fighters like that. Nakatani is one of them. I'm definitely a fan of him. He's a great fighter. He has great skills, power. he has a physique similar. He fights very similar to like a Ryan Garcia. Fights very similar to a Ryan Garcia. But Ryan Garcia, he gets the most credit. Ryan Garcia gets the most credit for his speed, in my opinion. If Tank is faster, it's because he's more explosive. But I think Tank is the most elusive. I think Devin Haney and Tank are both the more elusive fighters. In my opinion, Devin Haney and Tank are the best fighters at the lightweight division. Until Shakur Stevenson moves up and he's right there with them. As far as the most talent, Tank is the only fighter who will choose to get hit in the ring because he wants to get the knockout. Tank can box all 12 rounds if he wanted to. He could stick and move. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to be a tank and knock your head clean, smooth out the ring. If you think Tank is faster, it's because he's more explosive and more elusive. When he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz with that uppercut, that was more. It was quick. It was a very quick punch, but it was a counter punch, and it was elusive. But Tank is explosive. Like when he's looking explosive, it looks very fast. It looks very fast. There's recent videos of Tank dropping guys and sparring or welterweights, and then there's YouTubers who've seen Tank knock out heavyweights. The man fights at 130. Heavyweights are like 200 pounds plus. So, I mean, in my opinion, Tank hits just as hard as anybody up to 168. And he fights at 130. That man hits hard. So, it's just going to have to see. I want Tank Davis to fight Devin Haney. I want him to fight Teofimo Lopez first, and then I would want him to fight a Ryan Garcia after that, because Ryan Garcia needs a little bit more experience. He needs some more rounds in. But Devin Haney is one of the best fighters right now. Devin Haney is one of the best fighters right now. Devin Haney is slept on. When he fought that Puerto Rican fighter Santiago, I was like, look, this fighter looks like he could beat more than half the elite fighters at the lightweight division. There's never been a fight where Devin Haney hasn't dictated the pace in the ring. I cannot see a fighter going into a fight with Devin Haney, fighting Devin Haney, and dictating everything that happens in the ring. And Devin Haney is the current Mayweather. Nope, Devin and Tank are not going to fight anytime soon. As a matter of fact, Floyd told Devin Haney that fight's not going to happen right now. It just doesn't make sense. Promoters think promoters, even Bob Arum, which is Teofimo Lopez promoter on ESPN, said Devin Haney just fought Gamboa. That fight didn't even mean much to it doesn't tell us anything by him beating a fighter like Gamboa. Like I said, I tell my homeboy this all the time. Don't be surprised if these fighters like Devin versus Tank doesn't happen till they're 30. Don't be surprised if these young fighters don't end up fighting until the back end of their career because the promoters might not come to an agreement. Devin Haney's promoter, Eddie Hearn. Uh, and Teofimo Lopez's promoter, Bob Arum, aren't going to sit down and make a fight happen right now with Devin as much as everybody wants to see it. Yeah, so they're brands. So Teofimo Lopez is a brand. Devin Haney is a brand. Promoters want to build their brand up until they can't build it up anymore. And then what they do is they offer the other fighters a deal to come fight on their platform. When at the same time their promoter is like, look, my fighter is not going over there to fight y'all. Your fighter could come to my platform and we'll cut you the check, but y'all aren't cutting y'all aren't cutting us the check. So that's where the promoters platforms where they bump heads. They can't agree. But Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney are on the same platform, and Ryan Garcia is the WBC mandatory for Devin Haney. That fight should happen 2021. It's been ordered by the WBC president. If it doesn't happen, this shit is fake. Oh, excuse my language. This boxing is fake. I mean, all the fans want to see it. This is what the fans want to see. This is the fans want to see, but don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if these fighters don't fight to the back end of their career. Tank Davis was the pay-per-view star at the lightweight division. I don't know who he's fighting next. I don't know who he's going to fight next because he needs to fight a star. He cannot fight a plumber or a school teacher or a pool cleaner or a PE teacher or, you know what I mean? He has to fight an elite fighter. Elite. The best. Floyd Mayweather, what he might do, he might just throw Tank in the fire. He might just have Tank move up to 147 and fight like Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. I think he might do that one day. One day Tank is just going to jump up 2 weight classes to fight somebody huge. And you know what I mean? I don't think he's going to do it right now, but maybe in a few years or so. I want him to fight Josh Taylor at 140. I want Tank to capture all the belts. Or Devin Haney. I don't know. I want to see one of the young fighters just go and get it. I want to see one of the young fighters just go and get it. I want to see one of the young fighters go and get it. But it's a lot of good fighters right now. Caleb Plant was about to fight that dude Trox or whatever his name is. That was announced today. Super excited about that. Caleb Plant is the sauciest fighter at 168. Caleb Plant has he has speed, he has power, he has footwork. There's people in the comments saying that Caleb Plant will be a tune-up for Canelo. That is a slap in the face. My boy Caleb Plant will be the star and the face of boxing really soon. There's gonna be a lot of faces of boxing. It's gonna be a few faces because you know what I mean. There's weight classes, but when it's all said and done, Caleb Plant is gonna be the man at 168. Um, Demetrius Andrade is still at 160, so he hasn't moved up yet. I honestly think at middleweight, Demetrius Andrade is the best. Demetrius Andrade, I think Charlo is right under there, but I think Demetrius Andrade is the best at 160. Caleb Sweet Hands Plant is the best at 168. Like, did you guys see what he did to Jose? Did we see what he did to Jose? And then what he did to Mike Lee. Caleb Plant defended his belt against Mike Lee. He did a phenomenal job. Caleb Plant is the man at 168. He will be one of the faces of boxing. If we talk about the faces of boxing, the lightweight division, who do you think is going to be the face of boxing in the lightweight division? Could be Tank Davis, could be Ryan Garcia, could be Devin the Dream Haney. It could be Teofimo Lopez. Who could be the face of boxing at 147? It could be Errol Spence Jr. It could be Jaron Ennis. It could be Terrence Bud Crawford, who is the pound-for-pound king right now. 1A, 1B, Canelo, however you want to look at it. 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 Terrence Crawford is the pound-for-pound king right now. What he's been able to do through 3 weight classes. He's like a 6-time world champion. Terrence Crawford is the man right now. I like what he did. I like what he did to Kell Brook. Just in what was that, November? Just this last November. Terrence Crawford needs to fight Errol the Truth Spence Jr. I need to see unifications only. Unifications from lightweight division. Devin Haney has the WBC belt. He needs to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, who has the WBA belt at super featherweight and the lightweight division. He needs to fight Teofimo Lopez, who has the IBO. I'm sorry, he has the WBO and the IBF belts at the lightweight division. I need to see straight unification bouts. Errol the True Spence Jr., who's currently the WBC and IBF champion at the welterweight division, needs to fight Terrence Crawford, who is the pound-for-pound king out of Omaha, Nebraska. He is the WBO champion at welterweight division. Terrence Crawford beat Josh Horn for that WBO belt. If you don't know, the green belt's the WBC, the red belt is the IBF, the burgundy belt is the WBO, and the black belt is the WBA. And the IBO, which that's the belt that nobody really cares about. That's the belt that really nobody counts, but that belt is the olive green belt. And that was the belt that Jaron Ennis fought Chris Van Heerden for, but it ended in a no decision because there was a headbutt early. So no decision. The fight is canceled. Nobody gets the belt. Jaron Ennis was very frustrated. I would be hot. I would be hot going into a fight. You know what I mean? World championship fight. You know what I mean? I beat this guy, I get this belt. I'm whooping this guy in the first round. But he's so wild. He headbutts me. It could be an accident. I don't know. He tried to do a weird punch because he was getting beat up. Try to lean back against the ropes and then pop up with a punch. Actually ends up headbutting him. and then the ref stops the fight. How frustrated would you be? I think Jaron Ennis will be the next superstar at the welterweight division, along with Virgil Ortiz. He's going to be a superstar too. A lot of talent out there. A lot of talent. A lot of talent. A lot of talent. A lot of talent out there. Jaron Ennis will be the next face of boxing. I don't know if you've seen my video. I explained on that. Jaron Ennis will be the next superstar. He's got what it takes. If we talk about the current Floyd Mayweather's Pretty Boy, whatever Floyd you want to look, Pretty Boy Floyd, Money May, he's next inside the ring. I don't know who's going to be the next Floyd outside of the ring as far as being a business mogul and making $300 million a fight. I don't know who's gonna be that next one. But as far as inside of the ring, the next Floyds are Jaron Ennis. there's a few of them. Jaron Ennis, Devin the Dream Haney, Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson. That's all I can see right now. I think Caleb Plant could be the next Floyd, the next White Chocolate Floyd. He could be the next White Chocolate Floyd. There's a few boxers that look like Floyd too. Tevin Farmer fights at 130. He has a style just like Floyd, and he's bald. He has a style just like Floyd, and he's bald. But he lost to my guy Jojo Diaz, who's a star, and he wants Tank. But he fights on the DAZN platform, so he's not gonna get. In my opinion, I don't think he's gonna get Tank. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Let's talk about Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is a J-Cat. Deontay Wilder is a J-Cat. Deontay Wilder lost his fight against Tyson Fury. Didn't sign the rematch clause. Blamed the suit. Blamed the suit for being too heavy in the ring walk. Fired his whole staff because he lost. And didn't sign the rematch clause to fight Tyson Fury in time. Deontay Wilder is canceled until further notice. Deontay Wilder was supposed to go down as one of the greatest heavyweights we've ever seen, and he is. He is. I love Deontay Wilder, but he was a complete embarrassment to himself, to his name, to the sport of boxing. And I don't know. I honestly don't know what's left for Deontay Wilder. It's about to be like a year. I don't think he plans on getting back in the ring. Right now, I'm trying to see who is going to be the heavyweight undisputed world champion. Who is going to be the the undisputed heavyweight world champion and capture all the belts? In my opinion, Tyson Fury, because Deontay Wilder is really supposed to be the best. He's really supposed to knock everybody out and be the undisputed champion, fight Anthony Joshua across the street or across the Atlantic, however you want to call it. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Deontay Wilder lost. Deontay Wilder lost. Deontay Wilder lost. I think Tyson Fury will be the undisputed champion and beat Anthony Joshua for all those belts on the other side. Tyson Fury, just by beating Deontay Wilder, he needs to be in like the top 7 or top 8 pound for pound list. Just for beating Deontay Wilder. Because by beating Deontay Wilder, you have spoiled all of his plans in his career. He took the WBC belt from Deontay Wilder. He took Deontay Wilder's WBC belt that he was potentially going to unify with Anthony Joshua down the street. They never made that happen. They probably still will never fight. Unless Deontay Wilder can be the B-side. If Deontay Wilder chooses to be the B-side and go fight on Anthony Joshua's platform, whatever they offer him, I don't think he would do so. But if he did, he would get a shot at the belts. At this point, for Deontay Wilder, he just needs to fight for legacy. He just needs to fight for legacy. He just needs to fight for legacy for sure. He just needs to fight for legacy. Deontay Wilder is no longer the B-side in any fight with any elite fighter, including Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. They need to make that fight happen in 2021. Those are the fights I want to see right now. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. I need to see Usyk versus Anthony Joshua. I need to see Charlo versus Danny Jacobs. I need to see Caleb Plant versus Canelo. I need to see Andrade versus Canelo. I need to see Charlo versus Canelo. I need to see Charlo versus Andrade. I need to see Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. I need to see Sean Porter versus Terrence Crawford. I need to see Josh Taylor versus Terrence Crawford. I need to see Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez. I need to see Adrian Broner versus Regis Prograis. I need to see Devin the Dream Haney versus Ryan Garcia. I need to see Tank Davis versus Devin Haney. I need to see Tank Davis versus Teofimo Lopez. I need to see Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney. Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis. Shakur Stevenson versus whatever them guys' names over there. Josh Herring. Let Shakur Stevenson clear out the 130 division on the ESPN platform. This is Free Blues Boxing. Free Blues Boxing. Thank you for watching another live. Subscribe and like to my channel for unlimited content. This is Free Blues Boxing. Check out my Jerron Ennis video. It's pretty close to 3K. It's great content. Me just going over the future face of boxing at the welterweight division. Check out my other video, Devin the Dream Haney. My opinion on his mandatories, Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna. and going to be dropping unlimited content. Until next time, stay safe, peace, and love.